You guys, we spoke to Cellan Jones. He is the director of The Family Plan, the brand new Mark Wahlberg movie that's now streaming on Apple TV Plus. Check it out. Tell me, before we get into The Family Plan, how did you end up making two movies with Mark Wahlberg back to back?
Well, basically luck. I mean, we did this film called Arthur the King that's coming out in March in the cinemas. We did this a couple of years ago, actually, and I just loved working with him so much, and things worked out pretty well. And so when this came up, and Mark very kindly put my name forward, I went, yes, please, absolutely. And I can tell you that working with Mark Wahlberg the second time around is even better than the first.
Oh, fantastic. Simon, I want to talk to you, or can we please do something to fix movie marketing? Because I saw the trailer for this, and admittedly, I was not excited. But after watching your movie, it is a delight.
Okay.
And
Well, why'd you say that?
because the trailer made it feel a little generic, like I've seen this type of family movie before.
Right.
But I think what was left out, and I don't know how you even transmit this in a 2-minute trailer, but your movie had genuine heart. And
Good.
the more I was watching it, the more I fell in love with these characters.
Well, that's great to hear. I think, it's difficult when you have a 2-minute trailer, obviously you want to show some highlights, but first of all, you don't want to give away everything. And secondly, you can't play those sort of long pauses in a car between families. So as you say, I hope people at least make the effort to start watching the film, because I think if they give it the first 5 minutes, I think they're going to stay with it.
Correct. I absolutely agree. I mean, I was watching it. My wife was sitting next to me, and she was playing a video game, and I could see her move the controller down and start paying attention to the film
Great.
after about 10 minutes.
Great.
And that's always a good sign. Tell me this. There is a kind of, I guess, parallel or joke in the film with regards to Mark Wahlberg's past as a pop star, or a much cooler individual, if you will. Was that intentional? Was that in the script all the way from the very beginning?
You're talking about the use of Vanilla Ice. It was in the script all the way through. I don't think it was really intended as a thing about Mark, being way back, being a rapper and stuff. I think the humor there was your parents' choice of music is always going to embarrass the kids, and the kids were mortified that the parents were not only playing the music but knew the words and were actually singing it, which is basically 3 out of 3 nightmare embarrassments.
Absolutely. What is it about this sort of family comedy that was attractive to you? Because I think in 2023, it's an incredibly hard thing to pull off, because we're pretty cynical about this sort of thing. And when you try to be genuine and heartfelt, it can come off as cloying, which your movie isn't. But what was it that appeals to you about this sort of genre?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. I think it's on one level, it's entertainment and entertaining. We want people to have a great time watching it. We want as many people to watch it as possible. But, without having a sort of a secret agenda, I really want people to look at the film and see themselves and ask questions about themselves, because, whatever the high concept of this movie, the 5 main characters live in a suburban house in Buffalo, and they're sort of normal, not boring exactly, but they have their own little faults and problems, and they don't talk to each other enough. And, the biggest message of the film is, if you're from a family, talk to each other.
Tell me this, I've got like a minute left. But one of the coolest things about your movie was how long it took for you to break the news to the family.
Yep.
Was that a challenge for you, like throughout? Was that a script writing challenge to go, how long can we go before telling everyone or getting the family enough?
It absolutely was. I mean, as you say, you want to be careful you don't overstretch it, because then the audience won't believe what's going on, because it's really important to keep the audience somehow believing stuff. But yeah, I think, there's a lot of humor in, Mark's character, Dan, having a terrible, almost to the death fight in a chemistry lab while his family are sort of 6 feet away and not quite knowing what's going on. But then, as you say, once he tells them, you have to have him tell them as honestly as he can, and for it to be as upsetting for them as possible, even though it's a comedy.
Fantastic. Simon, I'm all out of time, and this has been an absolute pleasure. Congratulations on the movie. Let me tell you, I've seen 2 movies this week that feel like real throwbacks. Yours was one of them. The other one was Wonka.
Oh,
And
yes.
they're both just delightful. And I had a good
Fantastic. Oh,
time. So
great. I'm so pleased.
cheers.
Really nice to see you.
Thanks so much.
Wait. Go. Mwah! New record.
Family Plan is now streaming on Apple TV Plus. Let us know what you think once you've seen it. Sound off in the comments. And thank you so much for watching.